What is up, guys? Let's spend a day at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Obviously, we got to catch the bus first thing, and even though it is the first day of March in this Orlando heat, this was the only place where I managed to get cold today. Shout out to Florida's AC. We got into the park, walked down this cool street with lots of shops, because, you know, Disney wants that money. Saw Chip and Dale. Want to know how to tell the difference? Well, my cousin told me, and I don't remember. So, moving on. Obviously, we had to meet the big man himself, which is Mickey, not Jesus, when you're at Disney World. So we stood in a short line just to see Minnie make my niece cry. But then we did get a cool photo. Shout out to the cast members who were so freaking sweet about working with kids. Look at my grandma. She's so cute. Then we saw Goofy and Max walking somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. Max needs to be nicer to his dad is what I learned watching that movie a few weeks ago. Then into Galaxy's Edge, where some technical issues delayed our Rise of the Resistance lightning lane. But that ain't no thing, because we're in Disney. Happiest place on Earth, right? Actually, that's Disneyland. This is the most magical place on Earth. And if you're the type of person who feels the need to point that out, well, you need to calm down. We walked around a little, took a cool photo in front of, I don't know, some kind of ship. But if a Star Wars fan sees this, I'm sure they'll educate me because they're just like that. Then we went to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which was cute as, can't say the word because too many of my friends, family, and acquaintances have discovered this channel, so.
Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park. And thanks for sticking with me.
Next, I had to grab some coffee because ya boy can only listen to crying kids for so long without a caffeine boost. Trolley Car Cafe for the win. Although, to be fair, it's kind of hard to mess up cold brew, but wouldn't put it past somebody. We watched the Little Mermaid show, and it was pretty good. Sit too close to the screen and you might get vertigo. Thank you, Andrew, for getting us as close as you can, but otherwise good. Oh, and then at lunch, my grandma got harassed by a bird. So here's some fun photos of that. She didn't actually get harassed by the bird, but I know she felt that way. I took another photo in front of some other Star Wars thingy. Look, read the shirt. It says Jedi in training, not Jedi fully mastered. All right. I watched Kylo Ren choke some dude in an impromptu street show. He also made a kid cry, which was pretty funny. Then we walked along Hollywood Boulevard on the way to one of my favorite rides of all time, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, TM. I don't know if you have to say TM when it's trademarked, but we're going to do it because legal. I love everything about this ride. I love the queue. I love the drop. A core Disney memory is of me being like 7 or 9 and wondering why the people on the elevator didn't get off where we were getting on, and a dude who was really into his job looks at me with crazy eyes, and I, a scared kid, asked, "Where'd they go?" And he said, "Maybe to their rooms." Creepy. I was not a fan of that. This is my cute grandma again, taking our obligatory picture in front of the landmark before heading to ride Rise of the Resistance. This ride is actually insane, and while it's not my personal favorite, I do give it huge props for making you feel like you're on an actual Star Wars set. Then I met the Mandalorian. And, ooh, look at that pump. Look at that tank. He wishes he could take me, honestly. Shout out to the very best snack in the world, the homemade Pop-Tart at Woody's Lunchbox. These things are top tier. And another photo of my cute grandma. I got another coffee because, you know, it's been a long day. And I shook it because it's called a shaken Jamaican. This is me filming a TikTok, which was kind of embarrassing, but also there are grown-ass people walking around with ears on their heads, so genuinely nothing should be embarrassing here. Shout out to the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, gone but never forgotten. And I ain't waiting in a line for 4 hours, so we went to the villain show instead. Loved that. And then we went to blow some time before the night show, so we took a Skyliner ride. I like to say that the Skyliner is my favorite ride at Walt Disney World. Now look, there's my cute grandma again. And the sunset really was doing its thing tonight. And right there in the reflection is the pump again. Make the Mandalorian jealous. Finally, it was back down the streets at night before going in to watch Fantasmic after obviously stopping for a Mickey ice cream bar, which will become a repeated thing throughout this trip. The Nighttime Spectacular at Hollywood Studios, aka Fantasmic, is arguably the best night show at Disney World. I say arguably because I would not argue that it is the best. My family would argue that it is the best. But our seats were elite, the show was elite, everything about Fantasmic is elite. You get to watch Mickey defeat villains, all while watching him set a lake on fire. So, honestly, what's not to love? Insert another core memory from my childhood because I remember being baffled by how it was possible the lake caught on fire. And catches on fire a lot because look at this is crazy. And I was mystified. I mean, little 7-year-old me thought, water and fire, those are supposed to be opposites. Yay, Mickey wins and has a wand shooting stuff out. And it's really cool and fun, and then you get to pile out of this park with about a zillion other people, so it's also fine if you miss this part. I low-key was terrified that boat might hit something and send all those people into the lake. I guess they call those intrusive thoughts. So yeah, we got all the emotional feels from that and then headed back to the resort. 23,000 steps today, and it turns out we ain't seen nothing yet.